anyhow. So that is why I had to call back Mr. Samuel Ajayi to specifically come and tell us about his choice making. There are so many parts we are going to be looking at today, because a lot of persons just feel that in making choice, they can just, they can just close eyes and do timbo and then pick anyone. No, it is more than that. It is absolutely more than that. So today we are going to look at this consciously. We are going to talk about it. So if you have your popcorn, or if you don't have popcorn because of the level of inflation, get your water. At least water is not expensive. You can buy 250 naira such a water. So get it and pour inside a glass cup. It's the way you present it that matters. It's not what is in there, So get it, put in a glass cup. Sit in your sitting room, cross your leg, because today is going to be hot, hot, hot. And I'm bringing to your face, as I leave your face, Mr. I call him Pastor Samuel Ajayi. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you once again for having me today.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to have you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I've been talking about I've been talking about choice making. Like I said, that is what you're going to be looking at today. So let's clearly define. You're going to clearly define the problems and the goals of choice making. A lot of persons will tell you, this is why I did not choose this thing. I was having difficulties. A lot of persons who do not know that there are goals of making choices. So, what are the guidelines of making a good choice, not just choice?
Thank you so much. Once again, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Now, having choice is something that we carry out every day. In fact, we can't count how many times we make choice or choices on a daily basis. While coming here, I have options of taking 1, 2, 3 different routes. I decided to choose a particular one. It's a choice making. Everybody, when you are getting out of your house in the morning, you decide which clothes, attire you are putting on. It's a choice making. You are going somewhere, you have 2, 3 options, you making one, it's a choice you are making. So, making choice is crucial to our daily living. Now, what are the guidelines for making choices? One, if we must make a good choice, like marital choice or any other choice, we must make a good choice, then we must be able to know what exactly we want.
Okay. What
exactly do you want? That will determine the choice you are making. For instance, if I'm coming here and I am coming to do probably a sports show, I may not be putting on a cloth that will not depict that. So which means I know what I want. That what I want will determine what I will choose to get it. So the same thing is applicable. When we are making a choice, we must know what we want. What do we really want to achieve? What goal are we setting? That will determine, okay, which choice are we making. For instance, I want to get married and I want to make a choice of a lady. Now the question is, what type of marriage do I want? Do I want a marriage that will last till death do us part? Or I want a marriage that will give me green card? That may be funny.
A marriage that will give me what?
Green card.
Wow, I'm interested in that part.
So if I want a marriage that will give me green card abroad, I may not bother to
oh, now I get.
I will just know that, okay, let me just get a white lady that once I get married to her, they will see me as part of them and I will easily get my green card. Then I will not look into certain things about her. So far, she's white. I go ahead and marry her because of what I want to achieve. That determines my choice. But if I want to have a peaceful marriage, not just because of green card or having a permanent stay abroad, I want to have a peaceful marriage for the rest of my life, then I must check into the life, look into the life of the person I want to marry. What's the nature of her character? What's the nature of her upbringing? What's the nature of her background? How is her background blending with my own? What's my value system? What's her value system? So the choice I will be making by that time will be determined by what exactly I want. I want a peaceful marriage, a long-lasting marriage. Then I must make a choice that will give me what I want. The same thing applies. So number one thing is, when we want to make a choice, we ask ourselves, what exactly do I want? I want to buy a car. If I'm a traveler, I travel from Port Harcourt to Abuja, from Port Harcourt to Kano, from Port Harcourt to Ibadan, from Port Harcourt to Lagos. Every week I travel. Then, if that is what I want to do, then I must choose a car that will be rugged enough to do those things. If I'm traveling to Abuja and in the next 2 hours I have a meeting in Abuja, wow, I'm still in Port Harcourt. It's not possible. I can't go and enter vehicle. Automatically, because of what I want, it will determine the choice of transportation I will use. So I must go by flight. So knowing what you want will give you an idea of the choice you will make.
Wow, that is amazing. Knowing what you want will give you an idea of the choice you will make. That is so clear and well defined. But there are some persons that really know what they want. They have seen the choice, but they will still go for what will not actually lead them to their destination.
Yeah, that's true.
Why?
There are so many things that can be responsible for that. So many factors. Now, there could be a factor of ignorance. Now, ignorance about how to make, they know what they want, but they don't know what will lead them to. For instance, somebody may be going somewhere, he knows this is the road to the place, but probably the landmark has changed. So he is now trying to figure out, is it this place, is it that place? So ignorance could be a factor doing that. And not only that, somebody, he knows what he wants, but is not making the right choice. Probably he may lack certain things like cancer. It's another thing that is very, very important that will require an individual to take a good choice. You know what you want, also go for cancer. Who knows better? Who can guide? Make inquiry from them. Find out from them. It's very, very important. So if the cancer is lacking, then there will be a problem. He may know what he wants, but if he lack counsel of how to get it, then there will still be a problem from that. So we must know what we want. We must, when we know what we want and we're going for it, certainly there will be some things that will not be clear enough. That is where counsel is required. That such a person may need to go for counsel to please see what, it's just like somebody going somewhere and you miss your way. There are people around the place and it's a popular place. Excuse me, please, I'm looking for XYZ. Okay, is that place? Okay, look, turn this way, you are getting there. Counsel, look for help. So when people knows, when they know when to ask for help or demand for help, it will help them also to get them the kind of choice that they desire.
All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Samuel Ajayi. And then let's look at, most times, like you mentioned ignorance, but at times it's just quite difficult to gather relevant information that can actually help us to make the right choice. So a lot of persons will say, I didn't know about it. I know what I want. I want to get married, but there are certain vital information that I need to run to remember that we are talking about. Don't forget, it is a purposeful and productive marriage, but now we are looking at the guidelines. All right? So I don't have the right information. How do I gather the right information in what I want to do before I proceed?
Information is key. Information is key. There are people in making marital choice, they got their hands burnt because of lack of information. From the scripture, there was a man that got married to somebody he never want to marry. Jacob wants to marry Rachel. They gave him Leah. Why? because of lack of information. Which information? He lacked information about the culture of the people where he want to marry from. So information is very, very important. And today, when making choices, we need to be willing to get information. We must be willing to get information. A lot of people don't want to sacrifice getting information. Getting information requires probably listen to messages, listen to for instance, there are people, when we are starting, you ask some persons to sit by their TV and pick their water and begin to sip and begin. It's an information they are exposing themselves to. Now, a man that exposes himself to this kind of information and a daughter is trying to make a choice or a son is trying to make a choice is empowered to guide such a child. So information is key. Some people, information in there may be in a book. There are several books here and there. They can pick and buy and get information. Why do we go to school? We go to school to get information, to equip ourselves. So information equips people to make a better choice. So when there are various alternatives, information will now tell us, no, go for this, don't go for this. Very important.
I wanted to talk about identity alternative, and then you just mentioned that. So I want you to elaborate more on that, because most times we have different alternatives. And then it is now a problem on which one we should choose. So how do you go about that, especially when it has to do with decision making?
When it has to do with decision making, and there are various alternatives, information is going to be the baseline on which the choice will be made.
Okay.
What do I mean? Oh, there are 1, 2, 3 ladies. A young man wants to make a choice. Then he has options. There are alternatives. You can decide to go for this or for this or for this. In that case, he has to look inward. Who am I?
Okay.
What are my value system? Who are these ones? What are their value systems? Now, this one, what is the area of overlapping? In which area do we share things in common? Our understanding. How smooth will it be if I get married to this one? Can we live the rest of our life happily based on certain criteria? So when there are alternatives, you have to explore each of them. Look at this one. What is his or our analysis in relation to my life? Look at the second one. Look at the third one. By the time you look at them, you'll be able to make a choice and say, okay, this one seems to be a closely related, more related than than any of them. So let me make a choice of this. So these are things to be considered. When there are alternatives, explore their nature. Explore your nature. Explore where you are going. Explore what you want. Then explore what those things can offer. It is what they can offer that will not tell you the one that can go in line with exactly what you want. You may not get perfectly what you want, but at least there will be one of them that will be close to what you are looking for. Where you don't get the perfect one, you go for the one that's closely related to what you are looking for. Of a truth, all of them may not be exactly the same thing.
All right, thank you so much, Pastor Samuel Ajayi. You know, I told you something that as we are looking at decision, choice making, that we are not just going to, it's not just about relationship, it cuts across all sectors, everything about life. So I wanted him to come in this angle so that you will know that when it has to do with making choice, it is not only when you want to do a certain thing. It has to do with everything. I'm repeating that over and over again. So that is what we have just succeeded in doing. And I hope that you can give us credit for that, for helping you to understand that. And now we know that making decision, the underlying factors of making decision most times when we consider it come with risks and uncertainties, especially in relationship, because you know this is about relationship. So especially in relationship, what are those risks and uncertainties that we either have to avoid or maybe dive into it that will take us to the promised land?
Thank you so much. I love this. I love this. Now, there are risks, there are uncertainties, especially when it comes to issue of relationships.
Exactly.
You can't know somebody all. So marriage is a risk.
But okay, marriage is risk. Yeah, let me even ask first. How many percent do you know your wife?
Wow.
Let's start from a scale of 100.
Wow. I can say, when we started, I might think I know her 90%.
90.
But yes, but when we begin to go,
It was decreasing.
yeah, of course.
So now how many?
Begin to notice that. So I didn't know this about you. I didn't know this about you. So now I can say I know her maybe 70%.
70. That's a whole lot. Maybe I should use this opportunity and ask my husband, how many percent do you know your wife? From 100, a scale of 100 to 0. For me, I think it's 90. I think, because tomorrow I might see something else, you know. All right, let's continue. So what are those uncertainties and risks that one has to take, especially when it has to do with relationship, either to run away from or to dive into it?
Thank you so much. There are risks, there are uncertainty. Now, in relationship, somebody you are getting married to, there are certain things you will know about him or her, and there are things you will not know about him or her. Those things, they are part of the risk and uncertainty. For instance, no matter how vocal the person you are getting married to will be, he or she may not be able to explain everything about her background. She won't just remember everything. Even if she's a talkative, she won't just remember everything and just begin to tell you as if a radio is talking. No. Now, it's only when situation brings up issue arises that okay, this is what I've been to this, I've gone through this has happened to me. If there is no circumstance that warrant it, she won't say anything about it. So there are risks, there are uncertainty. Now, attitude, temperament. These are things that you can't unravel from the beginning. All you must now, and to deal with this, we need maturity. To deal with this, we need understanding, because you must go ahead, and while you are going ahead, try your best. You have known enough that can give you confidence to go ahead. But while you are going ahead, there are few things you will be discovering, either from him or her, from his or her family, from the environment, that might pose some surprises to you. Now, understanding and the understanding you are building and maturity will not help you to balance yourself, not to throw you off balance. Now, what I'm saying in essence is, now those risks are there, those uncertainties are there. Okay, there's nobody that can guarantee how many children a lady will have. You are going into marriage. Everybody wants to go into marriage expecting that after 9 months in Africa, after 9 months we are having a baby. Somebody may go into marriage 2-3 years. They may desire it and it's not coming. They are part of risk. They are part of uncertainty. Now, somebody may say, I can't marry a man that doesn't have a job. It doesn't matter. Okay, even me, I don't advise a lady to marry a man that doesn't have a job. We talk of job security, but the truth is, how secure is a job? Exactly, that's the question. It's an uncertainty. Now, somebody may get married and after a few years, he lost his job, get a better job. So, life is full of uncertainty. So, when we are going into marriage, into relationship, we should not just be stereotyped. We should have a large heart, because life is full of uncertainty. Life itself, it's a risk. When I came here now, I just sat down and I feel relaxed. It's a risk. Nobody knows if the chair has an issue. Exactly. So life is full of risk, and we must be able to have a large heart. I must believe that the chair I'm sitting on is not bad, so I sit comfortably. So if you don't have this consciousness, that positivity mind about life, you won't enjoy life. You won't enjoy life. So you must be able to face life, face decision making with positive mind. It's going to be there.
Life is full of uncertainties and risks. You got to face it, face your fears, irrespective of what it is, face it. I mean, it's either you get a good result or you don't get it all. Like Pastor Samuel said, even going to sleep is a risk. What is the tendency that you will wake up? Because you don't even know where your hands and your legs are. You don't know how you kept them. A lot of persons have gone to sleep and never woke up.
That's true.
So, life is a risk. You got to push. Don't let anyone discourage you. That thing you want to do, and you are like, these are the choices. If I take this one, okay, it might just be for a short period of time. But if I make this one, it will be for a long period. But I'm going to suffer so much in it. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Don't let anyone discourage you in whatever thing you want to do in your choice making. Make your choice with your brain. Consciously. Don't ever be discouraged. That is not the way out. So now, in this kind of situation, a lot of persons want to go into relationship, and they can't even count the cost. Some persons are blinded with money, and some are blinded with beauty, and some of them because of a rich background, so they can't even count the cost. And then the moment they step in there, they will not realize that what I saw was just a mirage. I mean, there was actually nothing there. What I was seeing was looking like a whole world. But getting there, I realized that there is absolutely nothing. These kind of individuals, how is there a way that stakeholders, consultants and experts can come in to help them? I know that you cannot force choice on them. You can't go to them and say, I need to take you through this class. They need to come to you and go to them. So how do you people come in? Where is the place of psychologists now in this kind of situation?
Thank you so much. The era in which we are, the society in which we live, the generation in which we find ourselves now, the upcoming generation, seems to be driven by these ephemerals, these things that you just mentioned. They are being deceived by money, being deceived by material things, being deceived by probably the cars, being deceived by the appearance. Wow. Okay. If somebody wants to buy a house, a building, it is very, very important that you don't buy a building because of the paint.
Okay.
No matter how quality the paint they use for a building, that should not be the yardstick for deciding to buy the building.
Okay.
There are things you are looking for. There are structures you are looking for. And you must be able to go for what will give you what you desire. So somebody being driven by money, by car, by material things, and it won't last. It won't get them anywhere. The truth of the matter is that by the time they get, somebody say, love is blind. If love is blind, by the time they get into marriage, marriage will open the eyes.
Is a love really? Is love still blind?
Today, a lot of people are still, they are blind. It's not the love that is blind.
Okay, they are blind.
And one that they are blind.
So when they get to marriage, their eyes open.
But when they get into the marriage, their eyes will be open because they will meet the reality. Say, wow,
it is what it is.
They will now wake up.
All right, so we do not. Oh wow, I don't know what. Is it time that is running? Abi, we are the one running. Which one? But someone is running. Okay, let's look at this. If this is going to be the last thing we are going to be looking at today, but I'm very certain that you learned something important today. Now, how do we align with values and priorities in choice making, especially in relationship?
This is very, very important. Anybody going into relationship, one of the major areas they must focus on is the area of value. A lady should check and look inward. What are my values? This guy coming my way, does he share similar value with me? Can he accept my value? does our value system aligns? It's very, very important. And when a young man is looking at a lady, one of the best things to look after is not the beauty this time, is to look into what our value system. He should be able to check the value system of the lady and his own to make sure that they are aligned. Where they are not aligned, there must be a discussion. There must be a dialogue. There must be a way out, sincere discussion, so that they can align their value system. It's very, very important. And that is what will make them to enjoy their marriage. That's what will make them to flow without having issue, because they will be tilting towards the same direction because of the value system that is leading them.
Thank you so much. Now, I'd like you to know that effective choice making requires a balance of analysis, intuition, and action. By adhering to these guidelines and requirements, individuals can make more informed and strategic decisions, increasing their likelihood of positive outcomes. Don't make anyhow decision. Don't make decisions because your friend took that route. Don't decide on something because of how you feel. Don't decide on something because of your emotions at that moment. Pray like never before and be careful for nothing. Wow, what an advice. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel Ajayi. Oh, wow. I think we are going to be starting these programs by maybe 10 a.m. to finish by 4, because I can't imagine 1 hour is not even enough. All right, thank you so much, our viewers. Till we come your way next time, this is where we draw the curtain for today. And I am your host, Immaculata Irikana. Join us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. Also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. To remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Good evening to you.
So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN. From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only from the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Isn't it crazy how you can have all the success in the world and still feel alone?
You're not alone in feeling that way.
So what can you do about it?
Success deserves to be celebrated. Would you like me to throw you a party? Done. Invites all sent.
Slowly I did talk. Money on my mind. Don't care what they yarning about me in particular. Call me. Out here on the road chasing my dream because I know I'm chasing for me. Ololola de mango malo, Orokoto edition malo. If you want see let Jacko malo, no dey find anybody na money I want. No dey hear wetin people dey love. Want to get a shakeleti love. See love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do wetin I love. Wetin you love, oh, no be wetin I love, oh. Wetin I love, I go do and with all my heart, oh. Ogogoro no be vodka, Mr. Money Ginger. But when I know the waste time, Mr. Money Ginger. Just carry on, there be no time. Bad boy day, me I dey fine, and at the same time, me I dey high. Motor must stand out, calm down, you go dey fine like fine wine, no decline. Sick about it, extraordinary things. Show me love, I go show you more. Bó ṣe ń ṣe wò bó ṣe ń ṣe ọmọ yìí dọ́ńtẹ́jà ṣerékélé mú fọ́ fáyé mú ti fọ́ fáyé yéyé. Ọlọ́ládé máa ń gbọ́mọ lọ Kọ̀rọ̀kọ̀tọ̀ ìdí ṣọ́mọ lọ. Ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ jẹ́ kó máa lọ. No dey find anybody na money I want. No dey hear wetin people dey talk. Wọ́n ti gbé Àṣàkẹ́ létí lọ. See love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do wetin I love. Wetin you love, oh, no be wetin I love, oh. Wetin I love, I go do and with all my heart, oh. Ogogoro no be vodka, Mr. Money Ginger. But when I know the waste time, Mr. Money Ginger. Èmi yàtọ̀ sáwọn nǹkan kàmí sọ́tọ̀ ọjọ́bọ̀jọ́bọ̀ ẹgbà lọ́gọ̀lọ́gọ̀lọ́gọ̀ tó bá fọ́kọ̀. Àwa nìkan ní pòsóṣì, I no go let anyone control anything I want to, I go do. Gbàgbé òṣì, àwa nìkan ní pòsóṣì, I no go let anyone control anything I want to, I go do. Every other day I organize. Some of us are wise. Every other person you are wise. Ọlápọ̀jù, ọgbọ́n, ìwọ ló pọ̀jù. Ọgbọ́n Sodiq. Àgbọ̀ngbọ̀jù, ọgbọ́n, a máa mọ́ lọ́gbọ̀ngbọ̀n, ó sì lọ́pọ̀jù.
Tune into the
killer, killer, This your love will get me for my body. I want light man, with my lighter, This your color, no be fake, oh, mama. My banana, oh, my banana, don't chop my banana. Show me power, go keep power. And let me love my life. It's my like, my Sultana. Cause you dey amazing, your body amazing. Don't be late, don't keep me waiting, no procrastinating. Terminator, you don't get agreement, no terminating. Me right now, idale kamo right now, fada mo kai now. Fami mora baby, you can share my no. I'm a petty bear, I get my village. Mr. Money, move available. You be my cross, my available. Give me my baby, go kada. I did deliver, stay banana, oh my banana. Go chop my banana. Show me power, go nipoa. And let me love my life. It's my like, my Sultana. Cause you dey amazing, your body amazing. Don't be late, don't keep me waiting, no procrastinating. Terminator, you don't get agreement, no terminating. Give me fuck you up for. Can't you kill it. If you no go mind, make I be on my door. If you go no, must have me that you're slow man.
Tune into the king of sounds and blues.
No matter where you go, you will always find an enemy soul.